Hello everybody. In this episode we're going to be working on building a gold farm. Until then, let me show you real quick. Things have changed around here. I've turned the iron farm into more of a building looking thing. You can kind of see I've got started on the gold farm. I've got something for you in there. But I finally got the thing kind of down for this area and what we're going to do. Here's the iron farm. And we're working on getting a whole lot of iron. What we're going to be doing is using the acacia wood and oak wood. And everything's going to be in islands. And the reason it's like that is because when we build the witch farm, let me get over here to where the witch farm is at. When we build the witch farm, in order to get good spawns, we need all the hostile mobs to not spawn around here. So I'm having to do away with all the land. And when I thought about doing that, I thought, well, why don't we make everything its own little island and building and stuff like that. So we've got that done now. And this is the theme that I kind of like. Let me come up here higher. I've expanded the theme all the way up to here. So you come out of the portal, and this is kind of what you see. And we got a way out into the land, and it's getting dark. And I'll just use this. This is what it looks like. Now what it's going to look like. Sorry, I keep showing you, spoiling the gold farm for you over there. But this is what we're going to do. And now that you've seen that and you're kind of up to date, let's look at that time lapse for the gold farm starting, and then when we get back we'll add some redstone to it because I need to make it to be able to turn on and off so it doesn't interfere with the portal back there behind us. And then after that we'll work on what the outside will look like. So see you when you get back. Bye bye. Hope you enjoyed that time lapse there, and so we're going to go ahead and get started and try to get some of the little rest of the bits and bobs put in. As you can see, there's some dispensers up there. What we're doing is we're making it so that we can turn it on and off, and in order to do that we're going to need some redstone. So we'll get this and this. To turn it on, all we really have to do is we're going to come down here and hook up this button. Let's clear out some space here to all of these dispensers up here. Now these just need to be clicked on once and they'll turn it on. So let's lay out a line of stone here. Oh no, too high. One more. Down one more. There we go. Now normally I don't do a whole bunch of redstone on camera, so figured we'd do this one on camera. I may have to make some more repeaters. Alright, and then here, we're going to bring it over here, and then we will do a redstone torch tower. Up. So, let's get over here, and clear out some space. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do my building just yet, so I may have to rearrange some of the redstone. And what I mean by the building part is, let's see where am I at. Okay, is that each one of these buildings, found a cave. We'll fill this back in over here. Is that each one of these buildings are going to have a, what I call a skin to them. Like the iron farm over there looks kind of like a building all unto itself. Well, this is going to look like a complete building too. We also have to deal with some storage issues. It's getting dark. Let me come over here and sleep. With storage issues, because not only are we going to get gold nuggets and gold ingots, but we're also going to get rotten flesh and golden swords that we're going to have to sort out. And I'll probably work on that stuff off camera, because I'll have to figure that out where exactly it needs to be. Because what's going to happen is they're all going to get... I'll explain that in a minute. I'm all confused. Okay. What happens is the zombie pigmen will spawn on the bottom edge of the portal. The trap doors are there because they'll think that's a block, and their AI will make them just walk off the edge. They'll walk off the edge and they'll fall in that tray and get washed down to where the oak is at, and then they'll fall down in that little chamber there, and then we're going to crush their heads. And we'll have it set up so that sorry about that, that was my phone. Anyway, so that's how it's going to work. It's going to be set up to either just completely crush them, or I can stand here and throw a health potion and get some experience off of them dying while I'm crushing them manually with this switch. And then everything's going to fall into a hopper and go off to some storage facility underneath all of this, I think. But I haven't got all that stuff worked out. So, that's the plan. But let's go ahead and get this button wired up. Button's right there. So we're going to lay a line of redstone here. Get the redstone out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into there. And then that means a torch will go here, here, here. Now let's see if I can get this. If I can do this backwards. There we go. And one there. Alright, now let's go make some redstone torches real quick. That will not be enough. That should do it. And whoa! Whoops. That actually works out perfect. Because 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. I don't even need any repeaters thrown in there. That'll work out perfect. When you push the button, there'll be a slight delay, and then all of these dispensers up here will fire off and light the portals. Alright, back down here, and hopefully we can do a quick test. Let's see if we can hear the dispensers. No, we didn't hear them. Okay, but it looks like it's all working. And now for the other side. This side is a little bit different. Now, let me climb up from over here. For this to work, we have to do a little finagling. And so I think what I'll do is I will show you what I need to do in my testing world, and then I'll come back here and do it, and then we'll pick up from there. Alright, now that we're in my testing world, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff off in the distances where I've been working on my gold farm stuff. The way this works is here is the button for the dispensers, and it cuts, as you can see, it cuts the portal off. Now what we just did was this side over here, where it lights the portals up. And then over here, when you hit this little circuit, it spits out just enough water to break the portal. And I think this is the same little deal over here. So you see how the water come out real quick and then cut off. That's what this little circuit will do. Now the problem is that this has to be laid out just like this. It has to, you can't use a repeater once you get on the other side of the circuit. So what I have to do is build this little section here on its own, and then run a power source into this block in order for it to work. So that's what I'm going to go build real quick. So I will be back with you in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. So what I did was, I'm up here at the very top. Here's this little circuit up here that does the double click. And don't worry about this redstone being on and powered, because it will still double click down there on the dispensers. The dispensers don't care if they're powered all the time. They'll still click once it turns off and turns back on. Now comes the real test. I don't have anything in them just yet, but let's see if we can do this. I'm going to go and we're just going to light one. Well, we might as well get everything. So we come up here. Now if this doesn't work, the hardest part is going to be the turning off. We're going to end up with water everywhere, which means part of my redstone is probably going to get washed away. But all we got to do is put a flint and steel in each one of these. And then come over here and put a bucket of water in the ones over here. And jump down again. Whee! Now, let's see if this works. So, in theory, when I click this button, all 4 portals should come on. So, in theory, when I click this button, I know what's going on. I need a block up here. I'm not getting any power up there. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. In theory, when I push this button, all 4 portals should light. And there's 3, 4. All 4 portals are lit. So at this point, we have the possibility of zombie pigmen spawning. Now, if I click this button, cross fingers, all 4 portals should turn off. Okay. Well, 3 of them turned off. Wonder what's going on with the first one. Let's go sleep real quick and then I'll jump up there and see. And there is a skeleton under the ground here, but there's a whole cave system under here that I just discovered a while ago that I've got to go light up. Wrong side. No ladder over there. And I think I will have an access tower to get up to the top up here, because eventually, after a very long time, sorry about the portal being so loud. Let's see, what's cross talking? I have no idea. Alright, let's get up here. And the input's right here. What I'll do is I'll just stick a button down right here. This would be like pushing the button down at the bottom. Oh, you know what I didn't do? No, there's a bucket of water there. Bucket of water there. Bucket of water there. And a bucket of water. How did I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I put it facing the wrong direction. No. Alright, let's just put a button. Aha. I bet this is what's causing the problem. Alright, before I do anything else, I learned this in my testing world, is that if you leave the water buckets in there when you're trying to mess with this stuff, it will spew water everywhere. And that creates a whole nother problem. Thought I had all this worked out. I'm sorry. And my crafting table's all the way down there. Oh well. I think if I put a slab right there. Oh no, that creates craziness. Okay, that is not the way to do it. Alright, well that's easy enough to take care of. So what we'll have to do is just bring that up another layer. And do that. take that button off, and that should work just fine. So let's make sure it works from up here. Alright, let us put not an X, a bucket of water. And we'll come back here and press the button and see if that now cuts that portal off. Yep, and we've already got a zombie pigman wandering around just from that one portal, so we're doing good. Alright, let's put all the water buckets back in. Oh, and I figured out where the extra water bucket comes from. That's mine, the one that I carry when I'm out exploring. Alright. Now let's try this again. Alright, this should turn them on. One portal. Two portals. 3 portals, 4 portals, and this should turn them all off. And if I can get up here, we can see. And they're all off. Yay! Alrighty, so we now have the basics to the gold farm down. At least as far as the redstone's concerned. I'm just coming up here to get the dirt off. Dirt down. I will go ahead and probably put a skin on off camera and just show it to you later. All I've got to do now is figure out which direction I want my hopper to point down here at the bottom, and figure out how to get to build a storage system under here. And I'll do all that off camera. I haven't really planned that out yet. And then I'll put a skin on it. I'm thinking of, just as a quickie, putting some glass across the front here. That's what these holes are for. So that there's some windows so we can see the zombie pigmen coming in, and maybe some windows on the side. But once I get all that stuff worked out, I will do wherever the next video is, I'll show you everything. So, whoops, you don't need to see the back of my head. That should wrap everything up for the gold farm. After the gold farm, we're going to be working on the witch farm. But like I said, off camera, I will finish up putting a skin over this so that it looks like a building and kind of ties in to the iron farm over there. And in the meantime, I'll have to show you way back there in the back, if you can see it. There's a couple of acacia columns. That's where the new entrance is to the slime farm. And I've got that finalized, and it's working out pretty good when you're over there. But I've got some plans for that area over there. I'm going to build a, what is that? Okay. I'm going to build a slime elevator like we did on Julia's Trading Village to go down and up, and then I need to eat. I'm going to build a building over there. I've already got this planned out. I've had this planned out for a while. Is that, hold on, it won't let me eat. Oh well. I'm going to build a building out of slime blocks up there. And I'll get the walkways between the iron farm and over here. And that'll be it. Until next time. Bye-bye.